Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long time. I have to start every video saying that. I'm very sorry, I really should make more videos. So today I just want to show off a little bit of an upgrade to the scrap system I demonstrated on the last one. First things first, yes that is a crater, I'm not quite sure what caused that. I have moved out of this base. So I just want to show... Basically, I decided I wanted to go underground instead of an above ground base. So I've cleared out all my stuff, and what have I done? I made a tunnel. A big old tunnel. And then I thought to myself, a tunnel's all well and good, but... Oops. Then I fall down. I want it to go deeper. So I made another tunnel, down here. I had lots of fun making tunnels that day. Well, this actually took me a good while, because I did it all by hand, stupidly. And then... I started making rooms. Now this, you guys may recognise from the previous video as a very expanded version of my scrap system. I have gone a bit bonkers, I admit it, but even so I could make this twice as high, I could cover the rest of the room in it. This is more than sufficient. Before you say anything, Sophie. So I'm not in competition to make any more. This will do. So I've got all of these ticking very slowly, because obviously if I have them ticking every half a second, pulling any item it can out of the system, then it's going to lag pretty fast. So what I've done instead is I've got it to take 32 scrap at a time. I've got a couple in there to double the output. I think that works. I haven't really tested it in any obvious settings. So my theory is, instead of every tick it takes one stack of 32, now every tick I think it'll take 2 stacks of 32. So I'll be able to pull from 2 machines at once. I think on these ones actually. Yeah, I filled them up just to make sure. And these all go to the usual ender chests, which go to my other system. So I had a bit of trouble with power, because the power I had coming in here wasn't actually enough on one of these low voltage transformers to power the setup, so I was losing a lot that way, so I've had to end up wiring up quite a few of the transformers, amusingly enough, and that's got the rest of my system going. So as you can see, it's the usual system of, we have recyclers here with cobblegen in igneous extruders above them, constantly pumping in there. We have the IC2 power going down the middle for the recyclers, coming out the side. We have the what they call pneumatic tubes from Red Power. We have then retrievers pulling scrap out of them, and these are individually powered at the moment by a battery box and a bunch of thermopiles. I've got, you only need one thermopile to run them, so I've got way more than I need. Next thing that happens is I've been using the water strainers to great effect here and making massive towers of power. Each of these, I can't remember off the top of my head how much power these produce, but they are quite considerable. Up the middle of them I have, there you go, I have aqueous accumulators and the tubes, what are they called, liquid ducts, which I absolutely love at the moment. Did I lose one there? Where's that gone? There it is. Love liquid ducts because they balance the load properly throughout all of the pipes. So I think, now that I remember, each of these gives 330 EUs per tower per tick. So I've got a decent amount. It's not as good as a couple of solar panels, but I like the creativity. I've made them into like multi-block structures instead of smaller ones. I've also did have it hooked up to a matter fabricator at one point. The scrap from my other system, all the scrap feeds into this chest. As you can see, they're all linked, and that then gets pushed across here so that my scrap will be constantly filling up the matter fabricator for when it's running. But that I'm not using at the moment. Then it will go to this ender chest at the end. That goes into my sorting system. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, all these blue lines along the floor, this is my laser. I'm slowly but surely filling this whole damn room with it, and I've got quite a lot of storage at the moment. So it's good because you can charge your gear quite quickly in it now. But yes, that all goes into my usual scrap system, which over this way I will show you. That's my sorting system. Let me show you. I had to expand my scrap deploying system quite considerably, as originally the 1 or 2 deployers I had and a packager, I had a couple of packagers, they were not keeping up with it. So I've got a chest in the middle, and I have auto crafting tables with 3 different outputs around the outside and using autarkic gates. And that gives a nice steady flow basically, which is what I want, and those all feed into relays which will pump them round the rest of the system. I went for this instead of the other structures basically because it's more expandable. This system I've got here, my scrap creations, no way use this system to its full. So this is very future proof. And then like I said, the relays go into the tubes go to the nearest available inventory, which are the deployers, which will tick every now and again and spit out a bunch of items. I don't think there's any backlog. The way I've done it is it should be an even split like that. So they should, if there's any backlog, catch up with it. And you can see the joy of random item spam, which is great. And those then go through here to a sorting machine. Now all this blue stuff, I had a couple of people saying, oh my god, you're throwing away all that stuff, can I please have XYZ? And all of that now goes into this chest, so somebody else thieves all of that. And I don't have to worry about them anymore clogging up my machines, because I don't need half of these foods or anything like that. All the red stuff, that stuff gets binned. Nobody needs any of this, to be honest. Well, I don't. So it all goes straight over here into a filter which spits them out. Filter instead of a transposer in case I have lots of items in it at once. Shouldn't make too much difference, I know, but that's all I had on hand at the time. Spits them out into an obsidian pipe that goes into a void pipe, as simple as that. I can't think of another better way to destroy items than that, basically. And the stuff I do want to keep, that goes into white. And white goes into a very, very messy system I've got here. It basically comes up through here, runs along the back of the barrels. And that gives you all of this stuff. Those are not apples, despite what that says. When I emptied out all that stuff I didn't want to keep anymore, I didn't get around to renaming all the signs. So as you can see, I've got a considerable amount of, well, most resources at the moment. And a stack of these makes another lazu block, so I've been using them quite regularly. I did recently macerate stacks and stacks and stacks of tin cells, so I have considerably large amounts of tin now. I'll demonstrate that. Down here I've got 162 stacks of tin. Behind here I've got the start of a sorting system for processing the items, where I was taking the tin cells, putting them through macerators, pumping them into the packager, and then out into here. And as you can see, I got 219 stacks of tin just from processing my cells. Worst part is I've still got all of these filled tin cans, which you can use an extractor on to get just tin cans and then macerate them. I've got overflowing iron. I really need to sort this system out. Loads of overflowing stuff at the moment because the chests aren't big enough to cope with them. I've got upgrades on these ones, but not on the rest of them because I haven't been bothered enough to farm blazers lately. So yeah, it's quite an interesting system. All reliant on ender chests and scrap, so I highly recommend to anyone who is too lazy to mine like me that they should go out and get themselves a couple of recyclers, because once you got the first couple, well, you start off with quite a few, and once you got them it really snowballs. You get more and more resources to build more and more recyclers. And there is flame. Yes, so yeah, more and more recyclers. Absolutely brilliant. You can expand as much as you want, but as you can see from my other room, I am somewhat overflowing, so I don't think I'll need to build any more for a while. I hope this has been informative. If you guys need to know anything else about it, there was my previous video, but I've had people say maybe I should do another one soon to explain it a bit more in depth. But this is my preferred method of resource generation now. I never need to leave my base. Oh, one thing I will say, 2 things you do not get from scrap is lapis, but you get lazurite, which can be used in 90% of the recipes, and you don't get iridium, but yeah, what's he doing back there? But you can get iridium from once I find the right recipe. You get iridium from, there we go, platinum dust. And you do get platinum from these, if I can find where they've overflowed to. I think they might be in the stacks, actually. Let me double check. I don't want to be called a liar now, because last time I updated, the last update to Industrial Craft changed a lot of stuff. Like, you don't anymore get golden helmets, or this might be actually a result of Greg Tech, come to think of it. You don't get golden helmets anymore, because they gave us a shed load of gold, and you don't get mine carts because they give us a shed load of iron, but you still get obviously a shed load of tin. Shed loads everywhere. Titanium, what did I say I need? Platinum. Starting to worry now. Yeah, platinum, you know, I don't think I've got any coming out of these. Platinum, platinum, platinum. Ah, there we go. I do have some. Those must be ones I converted earlier, and I'm definitely still getting small dust. So yeah, platinum you can turn into iridium. So you think, oh my god, no iridium, but as long as you're getting platinum, you're getting iridium. So it's all good. You can get everything you could possibly want just from this. Well, I hope that's been informative. Please let me know if you can think of any way I can actually improve my sorting. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye bye.